Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Eagle, the Gray Eagle in Florida. This is the prophecy report for this week. Had a few things to do yesterday, so I didn't get it on Monday as I usually like to do. But here it is. This first article comes out of Matthew 10:22. It's Christophobia. You shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Now, this guy is a pundit on NBC, and he was defending this sleaze bucket Wiener. I think he's a congressman from New York, which, by the way, is where Bill Clinton, who had an affair in the White House with, also a Democrat, had an affair with a woman in the White House, in the Oval Office. That's the people's office. That's when he's in there, he's on the people's business, and it's not his private business when he's in the Oval Office. Well, nevertheless, we've had sleaze buckets like Wrangle, also from New York. And I hate to mention this name, I can't even think of his name right now, which is best. A senator from New York, you'll probably know who I'm talking about. Extremist liberal. Now this Christophobe, Chris Matthews, calls rural Christian conservatives backwards. Now if they was to call, if the right wing was to call somebody on the left, that would be hate speech. And they'd demand your resignation. But this guy's defending this sleaze bucket Wiener and castigating those who would call for his ouster. Which, what they're doing is just simply what the left does all the time. Seems odd to me, in fact remarkably odd, that Mr. Matthews was on the bandwagon to hound Republican Bob Packwood and others out of office for similar offenses, but never called the ousters of Packwood similar vile, hateful names. Hey, Mr. Matthews, seems to me your hypocrisy is showing, my opinion. Liberal pundits like Matthews are telling us to give up our homophobia while they continue to practice Christophobia. It's okay for them to hate, but not for anybody. It's not okay for the right people on the right to hate, and especially it's not okay. Well, the Christians don't hate anybody. The Christians generally, true Christians, stand up for truth, justice, and the American way. Well, all this reminds me of Romans 1:32, and especially the last 8 words. Romans 1:32 says, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in those, in them that do them. Now, I suggest you read Romans chapter 1, the entire chapter, to get the entire context of the statement. Now there's a video on nation.foxnews.com about this. Keywords to find that are rural Christian conservatives backward. Now in Luke 21:25 we had last week, in fact this is probably the biggest, most important sign in the sun we've had thus far in the last 7-8 years since these things have been coming up. It was a gigantic coronal mass ejection, and if this thing had been pointed towards Earth and been an X-class, we'd be toast. So I'm going to give a little thanks to the Lord here that we was able to stay out of harm's way with that thing. Now, apparently it did shut down some of the satellites, but nevertheless, it didn't do any much more damage than that. So I give thanks to the Lord. Allah. Psalm 118:1. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good, because His mercy endures forever. Now, keywords are massive prominence eruption, CME, June 7th, 2011, solar watcher. That's right here on YouTube, by the way. It's a video. Massive prominence eruption, CME, June 7th, 2011, solar watcher. CME means coronal mass ejection. Now, this next article comes out of the Revelation. Concerning the black horse rider, where people are actually killed by animals, wildlife. In the people in the state of Washington have been warned of a pack of wild dogs. So far there have been no attacks on people, but if we keep in mind Revelation 6 verse 8, that is a definite possibility. Keywords to find this article: Washington State warned dog. Jumping on to the Revelation chapter 8. Star is called Wormwood. And I think we can all agree that Japan and Tokyo have not been fully transparent, and that's being kind with the Japanese people nor the people of the world about their nuclear reactor issues. See also 2 Timothy 3:13. Evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Now, it was disclosed last week all three of their reactors in Fukushima are in full meltdown. Now, prior to that, they have claimed that it was only a partial meltdown. Now, I don't think there's any such thing as partial meltdown. When you have explosions on I think it was the second or third day after the nuclear reactors started becoming an issue, you have damage at nuclear reactors and then an explosion. That's not good at all. So I think those of us in the know, those of us who keep an eye on these things, know that those nuclear reactors have been in meltdown all along. Well, they finally admitted it. Keywords for this article are full meltdown after quake tsunami. There's another one article out there. Its keywords are Fukushima, one more radioactive. And you had a third article on that. Excuse me. Got an itch in my eye. The keywords for the third article: green tea exports banned. Now, under wars and rumors of wars, apparently hackers hit an FBI affiliate in Atlanta. Now, this FBI Atlanta office, I don't know what's going on up there. I wrote a letter to my congressman a while back, and after the FBI failed to get a conviction on Richard Jewell, they had involvement in the right here in Tampa Bay in the baby Sabrina case. They bungled that, and the Stephen Hatfield, they tried to pin that powder, the males, I think, forget that animal disease that they sent out in letters around Washington, D.C. They tried to pin him on that. Well, turns out it wasn't him. He sued and got a big reward, or got a big award for them attempt for their deliberate prosecutorial misconduct on him, and now they're trying to pin it on a dead guy. Well, a dead guy, you can't go to trial with a dead guy, so you can't prove anything. So the case has just been dropped. Resultantly, the mailer of the what is it, foot and mouth disease, whatever it is, they never found him. So I wrote a letter to my congressman requesting more oversight on the FBI, more congressional oversight on FBI, because of their continual screw-ups. Now, you remember a few years back, FBI Atlanta office had a van stolen with computers in it and all kinds of weapons, and now this. Hackers have targeted FBI. I don't know what they got out of there with, but seems to me like they could do better than that. So I have no confidence in the FBI whatever. It's one screw up, especially out of the Atlanta office. It's one screw up after another. Seems to me like they're nothing but a bunch of Keystone cops over there. So that's that article. Hackers also attack Nintendo servers in a cyber attack. So the keywords for that previous article: hacking collective targets FBI. Now under the sword is upon their treasures and they shall be robbed. We have China divesting 97% of its holdings in treasury bills. Who's going to loan Obama more money to spend on? We're having another $1 trillion. What do they call it? Another $1 trillion bailout. And where is he going to get the money for that? I tell you, folks, this economy can't last much longer. Now, finally, under the burdensome stone prophecy, Russian foreign minister says Jerusalem's status can be defined after border demarcation. Now, these people are trying to come up with a way, and it's supposed to be, I think, September. I don't know exactly what day in September, but sometime in September they want to create a Palestinian state. I have heard that another website reported that the United Nations doesn't have the authority to create a Palestinian state. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. It might be a diversion or a misstatement to misdirect people. So there you have it. That's the prophecy report for this week. Now I want you to remember to trust Jesus, because He's coming soon. You may not have enough time to trust Him later on. And the way you trust Him is to call upon His name, believing that He'll do for you what you request Him to do. And what you want Him to do is save your eternal soul. And keep on trucking for the Lord. Till next time, the eagle is out.